around, standing around with placards and stuff. I don't know what they're doing, but they've got too much time on that. They need a war.
You don't read the newspapers, do you?
Boring.
Ooh, those boys can rock there. That's the Guns with All Their Roses. And Sweet Child of Mine.
On XFM 104.9.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was good.
It rocks.
I hope the audience was playing it loud, like us.
Yeah. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. Well, look at him yawning. How rude is that?
Carl, what's wrong with you, man? Have you been up late?
A little bit.
Girlfriend was away, wasn't she, yesterday?
Yeah, I always have a problem with that. I always have, because you don't go to bed, do you, early? Do you know what I mean? You sort of think, I just always find that thing that if, you know, you're used to living with someone, one of you will go, let's go to bed, then you'll go, alright. But when you're on your own, you go,
You just forget to go to bed.
I just stay up.
Okay, stop eating now, Carl. You've ate all the food, that's just a plate. Alright, okay.
Yeah.
No, I stayed up and watched, there was a thing on about Dracula.
Right. What, Dracula?
And I found a flaw in it.
Go on.
Not the fact that he's the living dead and is...
No.
And drinks blood to stay alive and he doesn't reflect.
And he can
in
turn into a
mirrors.
bat.
Well,
And you can... Go on.
the mirror thing, you can't look in mirrors. Can he?
Well, he can look in mirrors, but he can't see himself in a mirror.
Yeah.
That still doesn't work.
Go
Okay,
on.
go on.
It doesn't work at all, Carl. It doesn't work
Come
anyway.
on.
Well...
Centre parting's always really neat.
His centre parting's always really
How
neat.
does he do it if he can't look in the mirror?
Blood on the floor or something it was called. Rubbish.
I love the flaw in the Dracula film is that his centre parting's too neat. How did he do it without a mirror? Ah.
Was it a documentary about Dracula?
No,
Yeah,
it was
the real
it's
Dracula, the real
called-
Dracula.
Yeah, the real Dracula, the
It's
true
just a
story.
film. It had blood on the floor or something. It's called.
Yeah.
It's rubbish. From 1970.
Yeah.
Right, but you
know-
stayed up and watched that.
You know there aren't
Yeah,
really
that's right.
vampires in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still annoys you that his centre parting was too neat.
Well, if you're going to do it, do you know what I mean?
I'd like to see him with a fringe sort of pushed forward and maybe a hood up, alright? Come to suck your blood and that, alright?
Yeah, just bits of tissue paper all over his face where he's cut himself shaving.
Oh, can't see. Bloody mirrors annoying me now, innit? I'd love to see that. A little mank Drac. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Well, that might be a film that we do in our movie. thing.
Mancula.
Just getting onto that.
Mancula. Count Mancula. Alright? You got any rave? You got any rave music, huh? Huh? Got any Oasis or that? That'd be brilliant. He came from Manchester. Please welcome Mancula. Alright? That'd be great, wouldn't it? His hair's a mess. Well, I can't see a mirror, can I? Well, we've got a show lined up for you. Sad news for Rockbusters fans. It is going to be the last Rockbusters.
Does that mean that we are doing another one and it's the last one, or
We are
we've
doing
scrapped
another one,
altogether?
and it's the last one.
Oh, man.
Got a bit of a special one, Steve.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's just sort of done
What, it
on,
makes sense?
No, it's,
First time only.
no, it's done on accents, because I'm running out of, like, clues and that to use.
Oh, is this as bit good as the Jamaican one? The D-Trout Spinners.
The trout spinners.
That doesn't work at all.
A bit like that.
Okay, so go on, what's the gist of this one?
Well, it's just, I've been the sound effects bit, that didn't really work out. So there's 3 sort of cryptic clues.
Yeah.
And,
Sort of cryptic, yeah.
it's done on accents, and I've sort of worked down the country, so I've got a northern one, I've got a Brummie one, and I've got a Cockney one.
Alright,
Excellent.
we'll look forward to
we're
that.
doing
We've
that
got
later.
quite a lot of competitions, haven't we? Because you've also got your film competition.
He's appearing in The Shining this week, Steve.
Excellent, okay.
We've also got, chimpanzee that. More monkey news from around the world.
Monkey news. Stay tuned for that.
But there's one that I thought we could phase in as we phased out Rockbusters. It's an old favourite. Carl, it was before your time. XF Family Fortunes.
XF Family Fortunes, it's brilliant.
Get a
It
couple
owes
of people
nothing
online.
to TV show Family Fortunes.
No, it's XF Family Fortunes.
You can't get him on that.
So we'll be playing that a little bit later as well with 2 lucky people at the moment, and we'll be giving away some great prizes, I imagine,
Excellent,
Steve.
yeah.
Go through those a little bit later.
Yeah.
As it was Valentine's weekend, what about a lovely song by Lloyd Cole?
Oh.
Like Lovers Do.
I'd love to hear it.
Lloyd Cole, like Lovers Do, on XFM 104.9.
Is that for all the lovers out there?
Yeah, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and little Carl Pilkington. Oh, we're having a laugh, aren't we? Little Carl with his
Hey,
sandwich
he's
and
cheered
that.
up,
with
hasn't
his- Oh, I'm still bruised where you punched me in the shoulder, showing that you could box.
Yeah, to be fair though, Rick, you do think that you're now a professional boxer
I'm
because
like
you've been on the telly
like
boxing.
Marciano, yeah.
No, he does. I mean, he laughs about it, but he does walk around thinking, yeah, I could probably handle myself in a street brawl.
In fact, I walk around handling myself.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, don't I, Carl?
And often Carl.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love it's because his little round head. I've got another mate that's got a little bald head, and I'd like to squeeze it. I'd just like to see how far. Do you know what I mean? Like an egg, you can squeeze it that way, sort of sideways, and that hurts. But then squeeze it forward to back, it doesn't hurt so much, does it?
Do you know what worries me though? I think if you ever actually did crack Carl's head, I think yolk would come out.
Yeah, he was drawing, and I gave him a little karate chop on the back of the neck, and he jumped. He spasmed.
Sorry, you gave him a karate chop on the back of the head?
Yeah.
To be fair though, I think I'd spasm, Rick. If a man crept up behind me and karate chopped me in the neck, that's probably a natural reaction.
Didn't I laugh, eh, Carl?
That's right, good laugh.
Oh, so we got lots of little things to get through. I mean, look at his little face. You're right. We had a little lunch yesterday, didn't we?
We did indeed. That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I hate going out with you two.
I was explaining to Carl, right? I like to excite Carl's imagination, right? And if it involves chimps or monkeys, all the better. Brains he likes, parts of the body, deformity. You know, I know where to, you know, what buttons to push. And, I told him about this thing. I don't know if any of you out there know about this, but there's an experiment they did in the 50s, a clinical psychology experiment where there's your two hemispheres of the brain. Okay, they're joined by a thing called the corpus callosum, right, which is just a little flap of skin, like a little scarlet lead that joins your two hemispheres. And what they did, they cut that in half, and they thought it was a cure for schizophrenia. But what it turned out to be, or epilepsy, I think, I can't remember, was that your two sides of your brains didn't function together. You couldn't get information. I was telling Carl all this thing, and one of the things I told him was that they did it on a monkey, and it fought itself over a nut. Like, its right arm was connected, you know, by its left lobe of the brain, and it was fighting over itself. And Carl went, instead of, like, thinking this is amazing experiment, he went, would it have been happy if you'd given it two nuts?
Yeah, I know. Well, you started off by explaining it, and I remember you mentioned, because I was watching the two of you as you were describing it to me, you said, of course, one side of the brain deals with symbolism, and as you said the word symbolism, I noticed Carl drift away from looking at you, pick up his mobile phone, and start pressing buttons randomly. And I thought it was the word symbolism that got him, and I noticed it took you just a moment longer, and I think the first thing you said was, when did I lose you?
Yeah, I knew I'd lost him.
It's extraordinary, and he doesn't even try to disguise it.
I think I said nomenclature at one point as well.
Right, yeah.
And I knew I was dicing with death there. Yeah. But, but I told you tried to look it up, didn't you, on the web? You didn't find anything about it, did you?
The spelling of it's, what is it again? What's the word?
Corpus callosum.
Yeah, so I couldn't do it.
No, there's no point. Yeah. Don't bother.
Give up.
Don't bother.
Give up.
So if anyone knows any interesting facts about that,
but yours hasn't been cut in half, has it, Carl? That would, again, might explain something.
I'll tell you what we will be talking about later. I don't know if you're sort of aware of them, Steve.
Go on.
Bonobos.
Oh, I
don't know much about bonobos.
I told him about, he was looking for stuff. I said, put in bonobo. He was having no luck with chimp. And they're a form of chimpanzee, but, they're even closer to us, evolutionarily speaking. They've got their social groups are more like ours. They're more intelligent, and he was loving it, weren't you?
So is it human bonobo Carl?